There is just so much leadership advice out there, right? It's everywhere, and every book, every article promises some kind of secret formula for success. It can get pretty overwhelming, but what if we could just cut through all that noise? Instead of getting lost in theory, let's look at what some of the world's most successful CEOs actually do and see if we can find a clearer path to what great leadership really is.
Okay, so what does that all boil down to? Is there really one single true secret to being a great leader? Let's treat this like a puzzle. We're going to look at the advice from some top-tier executives and see if we can find that common thread that ties it all together. And boom, right out of the gate, the puzzle gets tricky. On one hand, you've got Dan Amos from AFLAC saying the key is to be a better listener. But then Michael Masterson says you should be an impatient one. So which is it? This is a perfect example of why finding one single secret is so tough. The real answer, as it turns out, is a little bit deeper.
So to try and make sense of all this, we've actually boiled down the wisdom of these CEOs into 3 core pillars. And the very first one, the foundation for absolutely everything else, is that it all starts with people.
And you know what's so powerful about this is just how simple it is. Dan Amos of AFLAC boils his entire management philosophy down to this one simple idea. If you treat your employees well, they're going to take care of your customers, and in turn, your customers will take care of your business. It's not some complex theory, it's just direct cause and effect.
And this wasn't just some nice-sounding motto for AFLAC. They actually walked the walk. When their own employees told them that childcare was a huge problem, the company really listened. And the solution wasn't a memo, it was something real, a daycare center right across the street. And get this, it was so successful, they ended up opening another one, becoming the largest childcare provider in the entire state of Georgia. That's what people first looks like in action.
And hey, this whole people first thing isn't just about your employees. Take Turdema Usuri, when he was the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. He didn't hide behind a bunch of corporate layers. No, he put his personal email address up on the Jumbotron for all the fans to see. The message there couldn't be clearer. Your voice matters to me, and I am listening.
Okay, so you've got this great people-first foundation. Awesome. But where are you taking them? That brings us right to our second pillar, turning vision into execution. This is all about having a clear purpose and a rock-solid plan to actually get there.
Archie Dunham, the former chairman of ConocoPhillips, brought this really powerful principle with him from his time in the U.S. Marine Corps. It's called the 5 Ps. It's a simple mantra, really. Prior planning prevents poor performance. It just hammers home that success in business, just like in the military, really depends on being meticulously prepared.
And we're not just talking about an abstract idea here. That relentless planning, it led to a $4.4 billion IPO. At the time, that was the biggest in US history. That's the kind of massive result you can get when you back up a clear purpose with a detailed plan.
But here's the thing. A plan is just a list of steps without a compelling why behind it. A plan alone isn't enough to really inspire people. I love how Salvador Diaz-Verson puts it. A vision can't just be a goal, it has to be a mind snapshot that's so clear, so vivid, that it becomes contagious. That's the passion that fuels the whole thing. All right, so we've got the people, we've got the purpose, but what's the glue that holds it all together? This brings us to our third and maybe most important pillar, the one that might be the closest thing to a real secret of leadership, the authenticity factor.
And the first step on this path is something you might not expect: humility. Cy Sperling, the founder of Hair Club for Men, said his success didn't come from knowing everything, but from knowing what he didn't know. It's all about self-awareness, really understanding your own weaknesses so you can build a team with people who are strong where you're weak.
Look, you just can't fake this stuff, not for long anyway. Your strategy, your vision, how you treat people, all of it has to come from a real place inside you. If you're trying to push a plan that clashes with your own core beliefs, you're never going to lead with the kind of passion that makes a vision contagious.
And this quote from Cal Turner Jr. of Dollar General, man, this really just nails it. The true prerequisite for great leadership isn't one specific tactic. It's not about being a patient listener or an impatient one. It's about having deep self-knowledge, knowing who you are, and then leading from that place of truth.
Okay, so that's a lot to take in. How do we make this something you can actually use?
Let's put these 3 pillars together into a simple blueprint you can use to start thinking about your own leadership style.
So here it is, your leadership blueprint. First, the foundation is your people. Next, the direction is your purpose, that clear vision backed by a solid plan. And finally, the engine that drives it all is your principles. The authentic self-knowledge that powers everything you do. People, purpose, and principles. That's the framework.
So in the end, the real question isn't what's the one magic secret to leadership? It's a much more personal one. What's the first brick you need to lay in your own leadership blueprint? Is it getting closer to your people? Is it clarifying your purpose? Or is it maybe just taking some time for a little honest self-reflection? That's the real starting point.